Okay, welcome back to the channel, everybody, and welcome to episode 10 of our Clone Wars mock building series. If you got last week's episode, we did a bunch of work putting these trees down and using these purple leaf pieces with the grass to fill out the exterior areas of the mock. So we did over here. We also did over here. So what we want to do is replicate this sort of style of building and fill in this whole area on this side of the stream. So without further ado, let's get building. Okay, before I could get to building this area up and building the trees, I had to do a bunch of these first, which they're super time consuming. They're really hard to get on there. So it's a bit annoying doing that. And we got a bunch of these flowers prepared so I can just, once I'm building, I could just add them in and not have to worry about making more. So that's what I'm doing right now. I think for right now though, I want to take this tree up and put it over here and then pick which one of these trees, if not all of them, they're going to go here, and they obviously got to be built up, right? So we're going to do that now, and we'll see how it looks in a bit. Okay, I've got the base of this tree built up a bit, and I'm also going to be adding this tree here. I decided out of those trees, this is the most prominent looking one, so I definitely want to build it up and add it here. But before I do that, I'm going to do all the grass and everything around here, because once we've got too much of these branches in the way, it's hard to put stuff down without knocking the branches off. And I don't know if you saw in the time lapse, but I knocked all the branches off of that. It was super annoying to put back together. So I'm gonna get this area all filled in with these flowers and grass pieces, and then I'll move on to putting this tree in here. So let's get to that. Okay, so I'm pretty happy with how this area is turning out. You wouldn't believe how many times my hand knocked these branches off. It was driving me crazy, especially in this area over here, because it's so close together, and when I'm trying to put these pieces here, I would just knock these branches off over and over again. So I don't know if it's caught in the time lapse, but it definitely happened like 10 times, but it is what it is. I'm definitely happy with how it's looking, and you know, it's just a slow moving process, just trying to fill all this in with all that detail, right? So it is what it is. For the rest of this video, I do want to get that other tree. Where is it? Here. I want to get that put in there, so I'm going to do that and build a bit more of this up. And as far as this area goes, there will be an ATTE here, so we're going to have to put it on here and decide exactly where the footprints are going to be, so then we'll have to build around that, right? So anyways, gonna keep on building and get this tree in. Okay, so I got this tree put in and built up a little bit more of this area, and it just always takes so much longer than you think it would, because I did want to get this all filled in this episode, but this took probably 4 or 5 hours, and unfortunately that's all the time I have this week to build. So that's the progress we're going to get done. So next week I'd definitely like to get this filled in and work on the base, because we have figured out the lighting problem. Okay, so an issue that we ran into earlier in the series was not having power for our Light My Brick sorter. And I didn't want to have to put an extension cord to the base or anything, so we actually picked up one of these power bank portable chargers, and you see if we plug it in, our little LEDs are lit up. So next week I'm going to definitely look into getting the roof on the Droid base and then putting these in. The only thing is this is pretty clunky, but it was as good as we can get. I didn't want it being too big, but that's what we're working with. So as always, if you guys enjoyed today's video, make sure to like, subscribe, and tune in next week where we're going to continue work on the MOC.